I am Poonam Poudel. Today, along with my group member, we are going to describe on the demand and benefit of auditing assurance. Today we will be describing 4 conditions of assurance, demand, hypothesis of audit assurance, stakeholder analysis, and its benefits will be analyzed in this presentation. And then finally we will be talking about merits of proper auditing process. The 4 conditions that creates demands for auditing assurance are competitive incentives, reliability, reduced complexity, and then remoteness of users. In competitive incentives, the stakeholders, they need to hire auditors so that when they delegate the responsibility to the management for financial matters, they need to ensure that the management is doing their activities so that they can generate more better return for stakeholders. To assure that thing, they need to hire auditors. This situation create more demand for auditing assurance. They also need to hire auditors to be reliable so that they can avoid fraud and discrepancies in financial matters. Thank you for the presentation. I would like to call my friend.
Hi, I'm Salvia Joshi, and I'm going to continue the conditions for creating a demand for assurance. The third one is reduced complexity. Many investors ever find it very difficult to understand the complex information in the financial statement, due to which often leads to error in decision making, which can be reduced with the understanding and knowledge of audit assurance. And the last conditions for creating the demand is remoteness of user. The user of financial statements do not actually access the data based on which it was prepared. Even though if they could access the data, it would need an expert understanding cost and time in making the assistance. Therefore, there is a high demand for audit assurance as a third party. The next topic is the 3 hypotheses of demand for auditing. The first one is agency theory. Agency theory basically is the principle which explains and resolves issue between agent and the business principal. There are benefits of agency theory, which helps to build the ownership and control the management of the company, and also focuses on benefits and cost of principal-agent relationship model. Thank you.
Hey, Sangita Gautam here. Further moving towards the next hypothesis, that is information hypothesis. Information hypothesis is the one that provides the reliability management principle, which is used in decision-making process. In aspect of the decision-making process, it is the hypothesis that also provides the credibility statements to the auditors, as it plays the important role to each and every investors, as it is the one that provides the relative and effective information to each and every individuals, the investors and the auditors. It does not emphasis on the agent theory. The other benefits of the information hypothesis that includes are, as it is the one which is also referred as a monitoring hypothesis, so it gives the information for each and every aspects as in monitoring aspects, so it helps in the decision-making process for economic development and the financial development of any organization or a company. Further, it is the one which makes the valuation of a company by calculating the various future cash flows and the net present value of a company that develops for the further development for the company. Further, it helps to reduce the risks for the organizations by providing the profit for the company. The next one is insurance hypothesis. Insurance hypothesis is the one which provides the liability to each and every to respond in financial responsibilities for the managers and the professional participants. The effective legitimate increases the demand in the assurance services for each and every managers and the professional participants. The benefits of the insurance hypothesis includes of it helps in the decision making process for not hiring the auditors as fraud and management services. Depending upon the cost benefit choice of action, settlement cost of a legal action against the company is also being critically settled with the help of the insurance hypothesis. Further, insurance hypothesis is the one which helps when the bankrupting or the failure of the company helps the auditors to split client for a higher fees and a small return of investment, that is ROI. Further, the benefits of the information hypothesis is the one which helps in recovering the losses from auditors with a premium pay.
Hi, Susmita Jalari. I'm going to discuss about the stakeholder analysis. The first one is shareholders. Since shareholders need the reliable information about the company, they will need auditing of the financial statement, which help them to get the reliable information conclusion about the company, such as profitability and returns. The second one is directors. Directors require the auditing to ensure that there is no fraud and error in the book of account. Third one is suppliers. Suppliers also require the auditing in order to understand the overall position of the company. For example, either the company will able to pay the credit amount to the suppliers or not. Then the customers. The auditing is important to the customers as well in order to find out the overall performance of the organization. For example, if the company is either the company is operating in the ethical manner or not, and then regulators need the auditing to ensure that the companies are aligned with the prescribed standards or not. Then the creditors are also judging the overall performance of the overall financial statement of the company after the data are published. Then the potential investor need the auditing accounts in order to ensure that the data are provided are reliable. Thank you.
Hi, I am Anamika Shrestha. Now I'll be describing about roles and benefits of auditing standards in assurance service. In real world, there is constitution for people to operate properly. Likewise, there is auditing standards for proper assurance service. Auditing standards are made under Corporate Act 2001 under Section 336. There are few auditing standards which are ASQC1, which means Auditing Standard Quality Control. By the name itself says quality control, so the primary role of this standard is to quality control for firms with a review of financial reports with auditing performance. It also enhances the intended degree of intended users for firms, industries and organizational performance. The next one is Auditing Standard Australia 100, 101 and 102. It complies with ethical auditing performance and assurance for assurance. Another one is Auditing Standard Australia 200, 210, 230 and 240. It deals with the financial reporting of a framework model for a company with effective managerial skill.
Hello, this is me, Krishna. I would like to conclude the whole topic. Auditing for assurance help in identification of performing characteristics of a company with effective management skill. According to AAA Auditing Assurance Australia, several standard act has been developed for the comparative analysis of our financial information provided by the company, and also emphasize the characteristics that is needed for effective decision making. Auditing theory and hypothesis describe for demand for assurance which create auditing assurance, which create the demand for auditing assurance. This audit report developed key concepts like agency theory, information hypothesis, insurance hypothesis that emphasize the characteristics that is required for the company for developing performance characteristics. Auditing information has the overall information about the company, so the investor are attracted. Hence, audit information provide useful content for modern industry. Thank you.